Oh my god. I love how I'm gone for like a single week. And in that span of time, there has magically been more changes to this game. It's like they've just know when I'm about to be away so they can have a little bit of a grace period so that I don't complain. But then just...
Why?
Either way, welcome back, everybody. Today, we're taking a look at this brand new system here that was recently introduced in Crossout called the Crosscrowns system. You can actually find it up there in the top right section where my cursor is. Now, if you don't know what Crosscrowns are, let's go ahead and briefly go over here. There is a nice little news article here that goes over every single system here. So if you want to, go ahead, pause it, read it, come back to me. There you go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, for those who didn't actually want to read this whole system, essentially what Crosscrowns are, they are a premium currency similar to that of like diamonds, platinum, gems, or whatever sort of currency you can find in any other mobile freemium game. It's been on Xbox for a hot second now, from what I understand. I'm not really sure when it started, but I do remember reading an article way back about that. And now it is coming to PC and to PlayStation. And you can only purchase it through Gaijin. You cannot purchase it through, developers like Steam. If you actually go here, there is nothing there. But with this brand new system, they'd like to say here that we're going to actually allow for more CKs to be on the storefront themselves. We're going to allow for there to be more cosmetic items in general. So there's going to be a plethora of more stuff to actually purchase with these Crosscrowns. Now, historically, if you don't know, a lot of these CKs could actually historically be crafted within the game and then sold on the marketplace, which then you would purchase for a lot of coins here. So if you actually went to a lot of these CKs you could see here, a lot of them could actually be made and then sold on the marketplace. Now, of course, the only way you could do this was through a loot crate system that you had to craft, and it was very expensive and very RNG based, but it was a system in there, and you could actually trade them on the marketplace. However, all that functionality has been stripped out over time here, so in the sense that now you can only get these if A, you were lucky to get them prior to removing them from the marketplace, B, you actually made them in the crates, or C, you got them through the free crates they would occasionally hand out here. Because as you can see here, you cannot put any of these on the marketplace. They also, historically, were trying to make it so you could purchase them with dollar amounts. Like again, you can purchase these cabins for the same $5 that they have been for a very long time. Kind of ugly, but you always had the option there. They also recently experimented with these Gothic, Military, Night, and Eastern pack here, which allowed you to purchase some cosmetics with currency in-game, like the coins. And I think they were roughly around, what, 250 a piece, 750 a piece? Right around there. So, not cheap stuff, but you could earn them in-game, so you didn't have to actually spend, a whole lot of money on them, if any at all. Which is probably why they've changed it now. But okay, what's the actual value of the Crosscrowns here? Well, if you go ahead and take a look at the little Crosscrown section here on the store here, you can see that it ranges from the absolute lowest, which is $10 per, or rather, I should say 10 Crosscrowns per dollar. So if you buy 30 Crosscrowns for 3 USD, that's 30 divided by 3, that's 10 Crosscrowns per dollar. At the very highest end, you can see at the $100 mark here, you can purchase 1,500 crowns for 100 smackers, so that's roughly 15 coins per dollar. So, okay, well, it doesn't really mean anything until you actually see the prices of the other items here. Now, if you might catch a glimpse, you might see the bit of an issue here. You can see that the items themselves can range from, say, a modest, say, let's round it up to 60 coins here, or 45, or 75, or 40. So if you're taking it at the absolute quote-unquote worst value, it is $4 for this CK Sling here, since it is 40 Crosscrowns here. Because if you divide it by 10, 40 divided by 10, that gives you $4. If you want to go the more generous route here and say, okay, well, it's actually 40 divided by 15, since it's the, best ratio possible, but even at that amount, it is still $2.67 here if you do the proper math. But at the absolute highest end here, you have something like the Doomsday Wheels pack here, which is 139 Crosscrowns here. Now, if you did a little math here in your head, you could say, oh, well, it's actually only $13.90 at the absolute worst value. And at the absolute best value here, it is still $9.27 here. So it's quite an expensive pack here. And this is something that you could purchase, or rather earn, in the previous Doomsday season after you have purchased the $10 to get inside the season. So for nearly the cost of the entire season, you can have the fortunate privilege of purchasing only 3 levels rewards, Oof! So you can see these things are incredibly expensive here in terms of the actual dollar amount here. So it leaves you the question here, why would they actually do a system like this? Now, generally, the reason why you want to actually implement a premium currency into a game, as at least explained to me by a developer, is that by actually introducing a extra step in the purchasing process of these items, you tend to more strongly disassociate the actual cost of these items, the cost of premium time, from the actual dollar amount you spent on it. Because no longer are you spending like $8 on the CK, you're actually spending 80 Crosscrowns. So for people who don't have a very strong concept of money or the value of money, you don't think, oh, how many hours of work is this, or how many items of food could I buy, or what could I do on vacation, blah, 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 blah. You don't associate that as readily or as strongly because you don't have the actual value of Crosscrowns in mind. And for those who don't have a very strong sense of money to begin with, like those of a younger age that are going to be making up the primarily huge bulk of the console player base, they're going to have a very poor dissociation and actual worth of money here. This is actually a perfect system from this to extract more money from them. Because they're not going to know what the actual value of 1,000 Crosscrown is, because they don't know what the value of $100 is. And then you make them purchase items like this, they don't really know what that means. They don't know what the actual value of this item means. So in a way, it's a more exploitative system to prey on people's, innate weaknesses with, abstract concepts like money and currency. And then you throw it to an audience that is primarily comprised of very young people, and you can see where the ethical issues can start brewing up here. It's like when a casino, instead of using, say, actual coins that you slot into a machine, it uses, their own branded, pennies or whatever, that you slot into machines instead there. It's so that you strongly dissociate the actual cost of what you're spending versus the actual amount of money you've actually put into the system. You're not going to be thinking, oh yeah, I spent $8 when I purchased this CK or $9 or whatever the price is. For the CK, you're going to think, oh, I only spent 80 Crosscrowns here. That's a completely different mindset here. And in my mind here, and I guess in a lot of other people's minds too, is that this is going to be kind of my opinion here, so just quick warning, it is my opinion here. But in my opinion, this is a highly unethical system here. Again, like I restated before, you are preying upon people's innate weaknesses to, sort of abstract money concepts like this. And doubly so for younger audiences, which I am more than certain they are aware of. This game is primarily popular with very young people here. And the thing is too, it seems completely unnecessary as well. Like I said, historically, they've had the option to purchase these CKs for just straight up cash before, or you could purchase a lot of these CKs with, say, the coins that you had in your inventory already, or you had the ability to craft them way back through in-game means and sell them on the marketplace for a bunch of money here. So in a way, they've actually just gradually made this less and less player-friendly over time, just so they can extract more money out of this cosmetic system, which seems like a completely bass-ackwards way to actually look at this. Instead of actually making cooler CKs with more interesting flare designs to them, or blah blah blah, or whatever, instead of just making cooler stuff, instead they're just repackaging it with a brand new currency and charging more money for it, and expecting us to just oh yeah, cool, thanks man. It's okay, I kind of appreciate the fact that you're allowing us to, purchase these things, but at the same time, you're doing it the most unethical way possible. Sorry, not ethical, but unethical way possible, imaginable. There's no reason for you to purchase or put these things into a Crosscrown value and then allow you to purchase these things. Except I do know the reason. It's to make you more money, because guess what? People can't associate that money here. Alliteration, people. I am going to repeat that a lot here. And they're doing the same thing here with the premium time here, which is doubly worrying, because if you go back to the actual little system here, they say prices for the one-day premium subscription times or coins will not undergo substantial changes, meaning that every other thing may do. So in the sense of the premium times here, these things actually may get more expensive over time, or just more expensive in general. Because I don't remember the 360 days being worth $100, which is quite expensive, to be honest. Now, theoretically, this could end up actually being cheaper for a lot of people. Say if you bought Crosscrowns at half value, and then you purchase season time here, you can actually get a pretty decent deal off here comparatively. But at the same time, they also just had, premium time be half off and still associate a dollar value with it. So there is still a way to actually do that. And again, to even utilize the best value of this system, you have to invest at minimum $100 into this system, which is incredibly expensive and a huge financial burden for a lot of people. Not to mention that, too, Not a lot of people feel really comfortable blowing $100 on a game that may be at best considered like AA quality or B quality. So I'm just kind of at a loss for words for this system, to be honest, because they easily could have just let the system be the way it was previously, allow you to purchase CKs and other cosmetic items for straight up cash, or allow you to purchase them for straight up in-game currency like the coins that you've had for a very long time, or just allow you to craft them again and sell them on the tradable marketplace and actually cause some, player interaction there. Instead, no, they went down this route instead entirely. I don't know why. I don't know. If anything, I would like them to see the transition this thing away from this cross-crown system, completely scrap that system, refund the people's money here, and transition these over from cross-crown value to just straight up coin value or money value instead here. At least then they would also maybe have more reasonable prices here, because $8 for a single CK, for a single weapon here, is stupidly expensive, especially when it's not even like the good expensive one here. Where is like that incredibly nice like relic version of the Reaper skin that was super cool looking, that some people could get, like that I got on my weapons here? Where is this at? Why can't people purchase these things? I mean, look at this bad boy. Doesn't it look amazing? You can't even get that. So the fact is they don't even have it in the shop yet, and it's still absurdly expensive. I can't imagine what the price of that thing's going to be. It's going to be like $100 when that thing comes out. But I think that's all I'm going to have to say here. What do you guys think about the system? What do you think about Crosscrowns? Is it a good addition to this game? Yes or no? Tell me down below. On that, guys, what is your concerns about the system? Do you think it's going to be good for the future of this game overall? I understand it does give you a lot of money, and we may be able to get some more advancements into this game. Maybe that could be a thing. Maybe it does allow them to push out more updates because of it. I can understand that. But at the same time, it's just not something they could do. They could just easily make more creative items here and push those out and make some more money off that niche. Okay, getting back off track here, but either way, guys, I want to thank you all for joining me this evening. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.